Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about the Facebook Pixel and the 3 things that you need to know as a business owner, as somebody running ads, just the important stuff today. We're going to dive right in and get to some specifics. I'm Deacon Bradley from Funnel Owl, your Facebook advertising agency, and let's jump into a demo account first so that I can show you around some of the screen and exactly what it is we're looking at. So this interface changes all the time, so it might look a little bit different when you're getting into it. This was recorded in November 2016, and this is what it looks like right now. And as I jump in here, the first thing I need to do is I need to find the pixel, right? So and cruise over here, Facebook Pixel, this conversion tracking pixel old, that's going to be going away here in the next couple of months. So this is the part I want to do. I want to view the pixel, and the pixel code is actually this thing that's highlighted in blue when I mouse over it right here. They want you to copy that to the clipboard, and that's basically some JavaScript code that will go on your website. And it has 3 purposes that we're going to get to in a second. But Facebook is going to kind of walk you through some of the basics here. So here's your code. If you're not a developer, there's a place where you can just email this to your developer. Go ahead and click next, and it's going to kind of walk you through setting up some of the conversion tracking events, and we'll come back to that in just a second. And then finally, they're just gonna get you to check the pixel status. But once you have all of that information, you are set up and you have everything that you need to install the Facebook Pixel. Now, if you're using WordPress, there's a plugin that I really like that makes this a lot easier. It's called Pixel Your Site. And it's a free WordPress plugin. If you're not going to get super advanced with how you use the pixel, then this is a great option that can get you up and running in just a few minutes. And if you click from the WordPress plugin site over to the Pixel Your Site site, they've actually got some really good videos to help you get up and running. Get that pixel installed on your site. That's the first step. Get it installed on your site, because without it, the sooner you can do it, the sooner you can start taking advantage of all the good stuff that Facebook has to offer. Real quick, let's dive in and look at exactly what the pixel is. Get into some nerdy stuff here. So this is the pixel code that they give you. This right here is when I was hovering over and there was that blue box that says copy the pixel. This is what they were asking me to copy, and this was what goes on the page. This fires when you visit a website, and it tells Facebook who visited the page, what page they visited, and what other actions they took on the page. There's a more advanced version of this, though, because once you tell someone who they are, you can also tell them specific conversion events that happen on your website. So did somebody sign up for your lead magnet, or did they join your newsletter? Did they actually buy something, and how much did they pay for it? Those are all things that you can send with an event to Facebook. Here's an example of what that event code could look like. I've added a couple basic parameters in here. So this is a lead event, and the content name is just telling Facebook that, hey, they signed up for, this is a lead for something for the Pixel Basics webinar. And that's just made that up. And it goes in the category of Facebook webinars because my business centers around Facebook. So these are things that I would install on a page. And if somebody converted on that page, it would tell Facebook, hey, they made this conversion, they're a lead, and they signed up for this specific thing. So that's kind of the basics of to kind of start getting your head around what this does and why it's important. Now, if you have a business and you're going to be using this Facebook Pixel, or you are already using it, I highly recommend you do 2 things. First, use the Google Chrome web browser. It's a great web browser, but it's also has a special plugin, and it's the only browser that has this plugin, the Facebook Pixel Helper plugin. And once you have that plugin, it's going to show you some details so that you can confirm, yeah, the pixel's on my site, it's sending the right data, we're all set up. Now, one of the common misconceptions with the Facebook Pixel is not fully understanding what it's for. The Facebook Pixel has 3 specific uses. A lot of people know about 1, maybe 2, but you have to know about all 3 if you want to get the most out of it. The first use is conversion tracking. Okay, so when we looked at those standard events, when I say, hey, this person signed up for my newsletter, they bought something of mine, they joined my webinar, they paid me some money, those are all events that I would send using the Facebook Pixel. And when I send those events, that tells Facebook, they track it back to the ad so you can see which ad was working, which ad did they see or click through to create that conversion event. And that is critical. If you're going to optimize your ads, you need to know those details so that you can make the right decisions, see what ads are working, what targeting is working. That's the first use of the Facebook Pixel, and it's probably the one that most people are really familiar with. The second use, though, is audience building. And with audience building, I mentioned earlier that every time somebody goes to your Facebook site, Facebook gets a record of that. And it's a little bit scary or creepy, but this has been going on for a long time. We should all be aware of that now. And anytime you go to a page, for example, if you go to funneleowl.com, it triggers this pixel that fires, and you get placed into one of my audiences. Now, I've got custom audiences. When I work with clients, I build custom audiences for their funnel so I can see who's at what stage of the funnel based on which pages they visit or based on which events that they're sending in with their Facebook pixel. And those audiences are hugely powerful because it lets you run really targeted ads to the right people instead of just blasting out to everybody. So we've got conversion tracking, we've got audience building. There's one third use case of the Facebook pixel, and that is ad optimization. And this is probably the least well-known and least understood, especially by business owners, of what the Facebook Pixel does for you. So once you have this Facebook Pixel installed on your site and it's tracking events, that's the key there. Once you get this part down, so you're tracking events, so you can say, hey, I'm running this webinar, and when people sign up for it, put them in this audience. The ad optimization piece, at the ad set level when you're setting up your ad, you can tell Facebook, hey, take this ad that I'm setting up and optimize it for a specific conversion event. Okay, did you catch that? That's huge. Optimize it for a specific conversion event. So you're telling Facebook, in other words, don't just go out and find people who like digital marketing or people who like tennis shoes. Find the people who look like the people who are actually taking the action that I'm trying to get them to take in my ad. And that is where you start to see the biggest results with your Facebook ads. Because when you can do that, you can harness the power of the Facebook algorithm and everything just starts working so much better, okay? So whether you're a beginner with ads, you're just getting started, or you're working with an agency, or you have a developer, whatever it is, please use Google Chrome, get the Facebook Pixel Helper plugin, make sure your site is pixeled. And if it's not pixeled, get that pixel installed yesterday, because as soon as you get that on there, you can start building your audiences so that you can take advantage of some really powerful targeting stuff. You can get your conversion tracking set up. And finally, the more data that Facebook acquires from your conversion tracking and your audience building, the better they will do with ad optimization. That's it. This is Deacon Bradley from Funnel Owl. Get those pixels loaded.